So this video is about color correction, which is really the first step in color grading. And if you're new to filmmaking, then this process could be a little confusing and even frustrating. I know it was for me. And I'm still learning as I go, but I've been reading a lot from Steve Holfish and watching some of his movies, and he is a professional and he's very prolific in the industry. And he's been able to break down some pretty big concepts into bite-sized chunks. Now, I highly encourage you to go watch his videos and read his books. They're pretty lengthy, but it's definitely worth the time. So what I want to do is do a quick video on one thing that I took away that has helped me and really helped clarify this whole process. I'm by no means an expert, but I really thought that if you are in my position or were in my position, this would really help, kind of take off some of the fog on color grading and give you a good foundation to start. So I'm using After Effects right now, and what I like using in particular within After Effects is a plugin by Synthetic Aperture, and it's called Color Finesse. And so that's where I'm going to be working in right now. So first I'm going to set up an adjustment layer, and I'm going to name that adjustment layer Color Correction for a reason. I named these basically so I know my workflow. I highly encourage you to do that as well. So I'm going to go into Effect, Synthetic Aperture, Color Finesse, and I'm going to choose Full Interface. There's some other options here, but I'm not going to go into an overall tutorial on Color Finesse. I just want to show you some of the basics to get your footage up and running here. So give you a quick overview though, just of the interface in case you haven't seen this. Obviously you have your footage here. Here's your source and result, so you can flip back and forth. Here's your waveform monitors, and you can look at them through different views. In today's case, we're going to be looking through the RGB waveform monitor, and down here are your controls. So you have your wheels, RGB, lift, gamma, gain down here, curves, levels, everything else. So let's jump right into correcting this color and getting it ready for color grading. So if you take a look at this picture right here, or at least this footage, you have it's a little underexposed. We have a couch here that's a deep rich purple and a background that's greenish in color, but we don't get that, and these two are really good complementary colors along with this brown in here. It's just this has a lot of potential, but because it's a little underexposed, we need to bring that out, and we need to soften this up as well. Alright, so I'm going to go down here, and if you take a look at the waveform monitor, pretty much it's pretty dark. So these are your blacks and these are your highlights up here. And what we want to do is balance out all of these colors. So we're going to take the gain, or if you don't know what gain is, it's actually your highlights. So what you have here are pedestal, which are your shadows, your gamma, which is your midtones, and your gain, which is your highlights. They just call them different. Or lift, gamma, gain as well. Same thing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift, oops, let me go up here to results so you can see this. Alright. So I'm just going to lift the gain, and what I want to do again is balance all of these out, and all we're doing is just kind of setting the base. So we're going to play with these and tweak these as we go. But I'm just pulling all these up. I don't want to clip everything. And then let's mess with the gamma, right? So we're going to bring that up a little bit, and then that's a little washed out. There we go. So this is, again, very subjective, but what we want to do is play around. It's all trial and error. So I'm going to bring down, there we go. So now we have something to work with. Look at that source there and the result. Let's see if that's a little too kind of to taste there. So now you can kind of see the greens back here, the purple here. Again, it's a little hot up in here as far as her face. So what we want to do is go into the midtones. Let's pull some of that down. Look at that. There we go. It's looking better. And again, this is just a quick tutorial to kind of show you how to balance out these colors, and I would take a little more time to really tweak this, but again, I just wanted to show you, the basics. That's how you kind of do it. Just play around with it. You can add some contrast in here, and you can actually sharpen it, which I'll do another video on sharpening. But that's kind of the basics on how you balance. You just kind of get these in order here, and you're good to go. So let's see how this looks. Not bad. Take that off, put it on. So that's kind of the basics of balancing your color and getting it ready for color grading. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the notes. And the next video will be on how to sharpen up this footage. You'll notice that it's a little soft and a little mushy, if you will. So I'll go over on how to do that. And then another video after that will be on actually how to color grade this. Thanks for watching.